Stephen Cuomo, founder and executive producer of Santa Fe Fashion Week. I produce fashion shows. I flip clothing on eBay. I produce fashion vlogs. And I want to do for fashion what Anthony Bourdain did for food.
This is my very first ever modeling interview.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
Thank you very much.
So have you ever modeled before?
Not professionally, no. I have just kind of asked around local photographers if they'll take photos of me, but this is my first real interview with an agency.
And have you worked on any movie sets or anything like that as an extra?
No, I have not.
Cool. Well, here we are. So Jaelun reached out to me on Instagram through Santa Fe Fashion Week, and she's like, I really want to get into modeling. And I said, I know just a person to meet over at your DME agency. And so why don't you tell her a little bit about your agency?
Welcome today, and happy birthday, by the way. It's a very cool, start off to the birthday.
Oh, yeah.
So the agency actually, Stephen and I were doing Santa Fe Fashion Week, so he's the executive producer, and he brought me on to be the director. Okay. I made a lot of connections with models, just doing the fashion show, and I was training models and helping get them ready for runway, get them ready for their poses, and everything that goes with the technique of runway. And at the same time, I was also kind of coordinating some other talents, some dancers, some actors, and booking them on jobs, on stuff, just because I had the connections. And then when I found out that Hollywood is coming to New Mexico, I really started researching some of the other agencies and how many other agencies they had and what type of representation that they had. And there's really only a few. There's like 3 other big agencies in Mexico. And right now, those agencies are really based on acting instead of really modeling. And I know that they have some modeling opportunities, but I really feel like it's not their strong push. So what I really wanted to do is, just because I work with so many models, I actually wanted to get in professionally and start representing them instead of just sending them on jobs on referrals. I actually decided I want to just be hands-on, because I've been in the industry. I've been in the industry since I was 4 years old, and so over 30 years. And I really feel like some of my experience in the industry is going to help some people in New Mexico that are wanting to get into it, because it's a really hard road to navigate through. And there's a lot of contracts, there's a lot of do's and don'ts, there's a lot of how to do things correctly, like your portfolio, like your resume, like your headshot, stuff like that. And because New Mexico's not really in the industry yet, a lot of people don't really know what they need to do. So right now the agency has acting, modeling, dancing, stunt. We've got stunt professionals, we have drag queens, we have specialty skills, we have musicians, we've got singers. So if there's any other things that you do other than modeling, you don't have to go to a bunch of different agencies to be represented to do that. And so what I'm trying to do is represent that as a whole, because as Netflix comes, as Hollywood comes, they're going to want a ton of different things that you may or may not, you know what I mean? Right. So it's great that I don't use, a lot of the other agencies just represent acting. So I've got them come to me for modeling. And what I'm trying to do is make it to where they get everything here that they would possibly need.
Right, okay.
Yeah. And so we've only been open a few months. We are getting our second after franchise, which means that we will be able to book on the movies. And I do have a lot of models that are pushing that way. So we do runway, print, and commercial. So if you're really into runway, then what I'll do is make sure the level of what my runway models need to be at. You know what I mean? As far as walking, as far as pushing. If you're into print, what I would want to do is look at your portfolio and look at your pictures, your experience, kind of your background in print. And then if you're interested in commercial, that would be where you would almost push more into acting. And we would see if you've got an acting background, acting training, acting experience, and get you on camera. Okay. Yeah, and I hear Pat.
Yeah, I think Pat's back there.
Pat, are you here?
Pat's here.
This woman is a genius.
Yeah.
She, because of your classes,
Oh my God.
I was able to pull out +1 shots.
So this gentleman right here is a photographer that, so he works a lot with the agency. He works a lot with help building a lot of models' portfolios. And I do have to say this because it's really important, is that it's not mandatory to use Pat, but I do like him to use Pat. Because he knows exactly what I like, he knows what I'm looking for, he knows exactly the looks for the portfolios and the headshots, he knows exactly what I need for portfolios to be able to push you to book jobs.
And we had a conversation about you reaching out to some local ad agencies and stuff like that.
Yes, and that's actually what we're trying to do is push the models right now into some local ad agencies, into some fashion weeks, Denver Fashion Week, San Diego Fashion Week, Phoenix Fashion Week. We've got a couple that did New York Fashion Week. So that they can really get some experience under their belt too. So
And it's good that agencies know that there's a representation here. They can make one phone call and you can get the look they need.
exactly, and I don't really know if they've got that, where somebody's like, you know, I've got a big event coming up and I need 5 models.
Well, they have it now.
5, 7. Yeah, they have it now. They have that access. And
Did you bring portfolio?
she did. Look at that.
Yes, she's on it.
And I love it. And I have an example portfolio that I'm going to show you as well, just after I get a chance to peek through yours. So, number one, I love that it's in a black book. Thank you. For some reason, it just looks clean to me. It looks professional. And so I really like that presentation of it. How long have you been doing modeling for?
So I haven't, none of these are actually like professional. This is just me asking local student photographers to take photos of me. So,
Okay.
but I mean, I'd say I've been wanting to get into it for probably about 3 years now.
Okay, and have you done any training or any workshops or print workshops or runway workshops?
No.
Not yet? So just
No.
kind of whatever you've gotten a chance to do in front of the camera?
Right.
That makes
exactly.
sense. And are you pushing more for print or are you, how tall are you?
I'm 5'8".
Perfect.
Oh my gosh. Okay, very good. And do you like runway or are you? Good, okay, that's awesome to know. And have you done any runway shows yet?
It wasn't like an official runway show. It was just like the Dillard's little, what was it, homecoming dress?
That's
But, yeah.
still, yeah, you still have to know how to prep, how to walk, how to get their attention, all like, it's kind of like the basic part of it, so no, that's
Right.
great, that's awesome. And, oh my gosh, these are beautiful. Oh my gosh, I love this. So you naturally model really well, like this is already portfolio ready. And there's a couple in here that I already like, and there's a couple in here that it's not that I don't like, but I would probably pull just because they're not quite that professional level yet.
Right, exactly.
But some of these actually, like for a headshot, that's beautiful. Yeah, actually, I really like that one. And what you want to do is give them versatility whenever you give them, you know, your portfolio or your comp card. And so we like to show like a nice clean headshot, and then we like to show maybe like a headshot that makes you look a little softer and not so target chasing things commercial.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then maybe like a photo that looks like a high-end fashion shot. And then because of your age, how old are you? Because you're 20. So you really still could play a teenager.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean? And so I would almost want a picture of you like looking really, really young.
Okay.
Like in a nice, colorful, bright outfit where you're like, I feel Disney. And it's like, yep,
Right.
you sure do, but you could easily pay 17. Do you know what I mean? And 1, 2, 3, hit it! Good girl. Okay.
The thing about modeling and photography is you gotta post that you're about ready to do it.
It's all about the social
It
media.
is all about
It's
social
social
media,
media.
and I'm so against social media, but I've been told to shut up and go with it,
Yeah, so I
so
just going in and shoot. It's live, it's action, we've got everything going on.
it's great.
Look up into the look up into the
This
this
one.
Look at the light.
Look at the light, Caroline.
Like which one?
I would say hold each pose maybe twice through 2 clicks so that you can, in case one's blurry or it's not good. And then I do like the touching, but if you're gonna go touch yourself, actually like don't fake do it. Like you're trying to be, you know what I mean? Like really like commit. Like I would even like push the hair up or like, you know what I mean? Like
Okay.
really feel the energy through the hands. And if you touch something, like an example is if you touch the wall, don't gently touch it, but touch it. You know what I mean? That energy has got to be pushing out. Exactly. All right. Can you pull that cheek up into that light a little bit?
Yes.
Good girl.
Beautiful. That was a great move.
Pull it back up there. Stop moving and hold it. And I think I want you to move the upper body a little bit more. So I'd say go ahead and start either do a movement where you push it this way, or you push it straight, or you push it side. Do you know what I mean? Sort of switch around, and then also remember like you can touch anything else around you.
Right.
So I'm like,
I know, I'm just like,
Macarena.
right.
Right.
Just gotta listen up.
Good. Hold it, don't move a muscle. Now switch your pose. Drop that back hand that's against the wall. Drop it down by your side. Good. Straighten out the right elbow. Good, hold it, don't move a muscle. Switch your chin. Good.
Hashtag New Mexico trip.
Relax the lips. And put them together a little bit more. Good. Lengthen that jaw. Look over towards me. Good. Let him get that nice long line. Move that painting a little bit. Beautiful. Relax the jaw. And lengthen. Good. I know, right? And well, he actually can't see this at all, but this affects this.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she was in a groove.
I know. Go, go.
Don't break that, don't break that. You're gonna
For your photo shoot, if you do pat and breathe, this is happening. We might have you match
I
that.
need, because your ethnicity is amazing coming through the photography.
Okay.
And if you had those kind of lines to match
Oh,
the
yeah.
picture on your makeup,
Right, that'd be way cool.
holy moly.
Right? So that's why a lot of times they call it a money shot, because we could go through 100 photos and one of them is that picture. So that definitely. So your straightforward doesn't come across quite as strong as that slight tilt to the side.
Right, okay.
Yeah.